Be covering social selling. And one of the things I found a little quote, the return on investment on social media is that your business will exist in 5 years. So everyone understands the idea of websites. There was a point in time when companies didn't feel the need to have a website. And right now you would not have a website as a business. And that's where social media is, and that is where social media is going. I'm sorry. So a couple of questions that I find a lot of my clients often ask is they will post on social media and they hear absolutely nothing. I also have a lot of companies trying to sell on social media because they see other people selling on social media and absolutely killing it, and then they try to sell on social media and they get nothing. They get the crickets. And if you're at a loss for what to post on social media that you cannot hear crickets, we're going to cover a lot of that today. So a couple questions. If anything were possible, what if you could amplify your brand easily where your clients are already at? So that's what a lot of times what advertising was. There was advertising on the television because that's where our clients were at. But our clients aren't necessarily at the television anymore. They're recording it and they're fast forwarding through those commercials. They're going straight to HBO and they're watching it direct, or direct even on CBS. They're going to the internet and they're watching that game live. I haven't seen a TV commercial in years. We don't watch TV anymore. And that's where it was very easy for Coca-Cola to put their brand out there and you got to see it. You can't do that anymore. And what if you could lower your marketing and advertising spend? How much does somebody spend on a television commercial, on a radio commercial, on a print ad, on a billboard? A common billboard, it's $5,000. And you don't know what your return on your investment is. You have no analytics. You don't know who's seeing it, who's driving by, what they think of it. There's no feedback. You've got nothing. And what if you could build a brand advocate and cheerleader directly for your business? Does a billboard do that? Is a billboard going to make somebody excited about your business? Are you going to be able to operate a full customer service operation by yourself? Can you do that with a telephone service? Are you going to always be able to answer the telephone? With something like social media, you can operate a full customer service channel. There are apps out there who help you utilize it and do it yourself. And you can compete as a major player utilizing social media. It's very inexpensive, it's easy to use, and there are apps out there that are very inexpensive that will help you do it for free. Social media is free. Now, obviously, there are options for paid advertisements, but there's a lot of outstanding things you can do for free. All it takes is your time. So a couple of 10 commandments that I'm going to be going over. We'll keep them short, we'll keep them simple, and we'll keep them fun, just like social media should be. The first one I want to cover is what not to do. Do I have any guesses in the room of the one thing you should stop doing on social media? Now I've got crickets. Can I get a guinea pig? Anyone brave? I'm going to drag one of you up here. Anybody? Come on, Aaron. Play along. Come on.
All right.
I've got it. I have a product. It's $5,000. I would love to help you launch your social media. It's $5,000. Would you like to buy today?
No, thanks.
Let's go one more day later. I've got this other product. It's $1,000. I can get it done in one day for you. Would you like to buy from me?
Oh, it depends what the product is.
I'm going to set up all your social media. Done for you system. Still got crickets, huh? He's not jumping at it. Would you like free information on 10 tips to run a great event and sell it out every single time?
I would love that information.
Got his attention now. You can go sit down. The first thing I want you to do is stop selling on social media. I don't come to Facebook to be sold. I go to the mall to buy stuff. I expect to be sold there. When I'm on social media, I want to see what my friends are doing. I want to read, the news stories that are important to the day. And every now and then I'm going to be interrupted by great information for things that I'm interested in, and I'm going to jump at that. I don't want to buy your earrings. I don't want to join your network marketing group. I don't want to spend $5,000 on another system I need to learn. I just want information. I want to engage. I want to feel part of the crowd when I'm stuck in my house raising my kids. So please, for all the business owners here, please stop selling on social media. No one cares. I do want you to have fun and start conversations and learn about your clients, build relationships with them. There's going to be a time and a place to sell to them, but on organic social media is not it. Number 2, I want you to add value. What's in it for me? So the example with Aaron, he didn't want to be sold. He has no idea who I am, what my product is. He knows my name and general overview of what I do. And even then, he doesn't want to buy. The moment that I add a piece of information that he is directly interested in, and I know this because I've built my client avatar, I know what he wants, now he's interested. So what's in it for me? Whenever you put something out there, I don't care what it is, whether it's your product, if it's a post on social media, ask yourself, what's in it for that client? Do they care? Why should they care? Because if they don't care, why would you waste your time building it? So think about this, that 90% of buyers say they never respond to cold outreach today. Who was I talking to? You. You were saying when Aaron called you about this as a speaking position, you were like, you almost hung up on him. You're like, another cold call. I'm not interested. I was just looking, and now you're calling me. You're about to click and hang up. That's how people feel today. If I get a phone number that I don't recognize, I'm not picking it up. I'm not going to just randomly go. I go on LinkedIn. I've spent a lot of time researching on LinkedIn and the best ways to use it this year. And I'm getting constant emails from random people I don't know trying to sell me something. I don't know who you are. I'm not responding to that. 70% of those people are choosing the sales rep that was the first to add value. I went to buy my last vehicle, a Dodge Durango. I happened to just randomly go into a dealership, and the guy who spent the most time with me, talking to me, showing me the vehicles, showing me what they could do, even though it wasn't the closest dealership, the nicest dealership, when I did go to buy a vehicle, I went back to that sales guy because I know that he makes a commission and he's the guy that helped me. 74% of B2B buyers conduct over half their research before talking to a sales rep. So if somebody's looking to buy from you, most of their research is done before they even decide to reach out and ask you. You better be ready, your sales reps better be ready to talk about the product knowledgeably, and they need to understand that they've already been online. They've already checked out your social media. They've already gone to your websites. Those need to be ready to take the information. Oops. 75% of buyers now use social media to research vendors because you can learn a lot about a company, their culture, what's out there just by going to their social media. Even more than that, you can go look and see what other people post about them. So that social proof is right on social media where you can easily find it and you can get someone's true opinion about that company. In 2008, they did a research and a bunch of people came up with the thought, if you're not on a social network, you're not on the internet. And that was in 2008, 8 years ago. Feelings are key. Oops. This is Walmart, and this is a post that they've done. And they're not selling. This is a video, and all it is it's showing some of the outreach that they have in the community. All it's doing is invoking an emotion that they want you to feel about their company. It has nothing to do with any of their products. Example number 2, this is one of mine. It's pure information. I'm not selling you anything. I'm offering you information on social selling. I'm not trying to sign you up as a client for social media services. This was a fun one I did as one of the first speaking engagements I did at the beginning of the year, and I did it on my blog, which has been dead. I haven't hardly used it in over a year. This is called an engagement post. Its only point is to build up how many people are interacting with your social media site, because the more people who interact, the more people who click, the more people who comment, the farther reach that any one of your comments, any one of your posts is going to have. All I've asked them to do is tell me which picture that I should use when I do speaking engagements. I honestly didn't know. I wasn't trying to do this on purpose. My grandmother was in the hospital. I forgot that one of the ladies needed artwork for the speech I was giving. And I was like, what do I actually have on my phone? What kind of pictures do I have that I can send her immediately? I put them up there, 1, 2, 3, posted it on my business blog site and asked my friends. And from my business page, I shared that to my personal page. I shared it to my other business page. And I asked what I would know as my tribe, the people who care about my brand and me, which one would they like to do? Now, what makes this easy is people cannot even help themselves when they see 1, 2, 3, but stop, look, and answer. They really, this works fantabulous for photographers. Or if you're a real estate agent or you're dealing with your real estate clients, which house would you prefer? The beach, the mountains, the one in the jungle, or the tree house? They can't help themselves but stop and pick A, B, or C. So sell the destination, not the ticket. You're all on your way to a wonderful destination. Did any of you buy the little 2-inch by 10-inch boarding pass ticket? You bought the trip to Belize. You bought the cruise. You bought the beach and the drinks with the little umbrellas in them. You don't pay for the ticket. So when you're selling, remember, you are not selling the actual product, its actual dimensions. You are selling how it changes that person's life and makes them feel. Number 3, profile optimization. Something as simple, you think about a Twitter account, you don't have much room for a profile. You've got a little snippet and an opportunity to put your website. So I was messing with mine on the first one. I'm telling you what I am. I'm a digital and social media marketing agency for small business. That's cute. You know what I do. That's great. The next one, still my cheat sheet, 365 Facebook post ideas to increase engagement and lower ad cost with a little bit.ly link. Now I've got you on my website because you want what I've got. And I'm going to ask you, give me your email address, give me your name. You don't care that I'm a digital agency. You may not even know what that means or want an agency, but you want what to post for your business. Here's an example, 2 competitors. Lowe's versus Home Depot. Lowe's is, again, telling you who they are, and that's it. Home Depot is offering you something. Tell us what project you're working on, because they want to take your project and they want to post it on their social media and show other people what people are able to do with the tools that they sell. How often should you post? That's another big question that everyone asks me. To give you an example, Walmart, they maybe do 1 every other day. Overall, on Pinterest, you can post up to 5. Pinterest is going to be the highest. You can get posters for Pinterest. Buffer will post automatically on Pinterest for you, so you don't have to be there constantly. And 5 is a nice optimized number. Twitter, any more than 3 and your views are going to go down. Any less than 1 and they will also go down. Again, with Twitter, you can work with something like Meet Edgar, HootSuite, Buffer, and it will help you post and keep those scheduled and rolling. For Google+, 3 posts a day is prime. Anything less than 1 and you're going to lose engagement. Who in the world uses Google+? Anyone in here? Got 2. Most people don't use Google+. They're not scrolling Google. Lots of people in India do. That's their thing. The thing that is nice about Google+ is it's very easy to search. So when you search on Google, Google+ post, individual posts will show up in search results. Facebook, 2 times a day. I like to usually schedule one through an automatic scheduler and keep one open if I want to do something, fun and of the moment. But that way there's always a post going up to keep it going. Instagram, no more than 2. Absolutely no more than 2, at least 1 a week. Instagram, that is a fickle following. If you don't post enough, they leave you. If you post too much, they leave you. That is going to be more of your early millennials, makeup, fashion. LinkedIn 1 time a day and keep it professional. Nobody cares what you ate on LinkedIn. On your blog, 2 times a week. And yes, that makes a difference. As Chevy over here mentioned, the organic search engine. If you are posting 2 times a week, your organic reach will go higher and you will see more organic traffic to your website when you are constantly posting fresh content. The trick is you also need to put social signals to those content. Number 5, now we're going to go more into the types of post, and one that is going to be the predominant one that you should be posting, that you're going to feel the most at ease posting, is influence. Excuse me. The biggest part of influence is showing that you are the authority in your field, no matter what you are selling, whether you are a marketing agency, a software company, e-commerce. If you are selling a wheelbarrow, then you need to be showing that you know how to use that wheelbarrow. Show and influence the kind of content on your blog. What can you do with that wheelbarrow? How do you move dirt with the wheelbarrow? This is going to be directly showing you as the expert. This is an example. One of the big things in Facebook is instant articles, where they're trying to keep you on Facebook. They don't want you leaving Facebook. So now they're bringing those news media articles where people are clicking away, and they're rolling them out to the big guys so that you can stay on Facebook. And here I was showing on April 12th, anybody can start signing up for instant articles. So if you are a blogger, this was a big deal, because now you can be a direct role. If you've noticed, Facebook has changed their videos. So if you're watching a Facebook video that's actually not YouTube but on Facebook, when it's done playing, it scrolls to the next one. And the idea is to keep you on Facebook. You just keep scrolling. And this will be the idea with instant articles. This is something, if somebody's interested in social media, they want to know. So I want to be the one to bring them this information. Another one that's really easy, a good starter point for any of my small business clients, is just a quote box. If you've got nothing else, if you have no content, if you're not ready to set up that website, do quote boxes. You can find either easy, inexpensive, cheap apps. I think the most expensive app I have on my phone is $5.99, and it's almost like Photoshop, and I can pump up quotes with my logo all day long. You can get an app on your computer like Snappa, and it's even easier. Like I said with the other one, you can take these posts to build engagement. They can't even help themselves. When you see a 1, 2, 3, pick A, B, or C. And these can work on any. This is not specific to Facebook. I use a lot of Facebook, so that's the one I predominantly talk about. This works on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and any of the other ones that you might find out there. The second one that I find that I actually make the most money for my clients, is everyone listening? Where I make the most money for my clients is in listening. It's not in selling. It's not in posting or influencing. With the internet, you can go out there and you can find what your clients are talking about. If you're selling lawnmowers and you hear someone complaining that their lawnmower's broken, you can be like, dude, I've got the lawnmower for you. You can reach out there and you can grab their attention. If you have clients, if you're as big as Walmart, or people like to complain about you on Facebook, you can openly go out into Facebook and find their problems and respond to their comments and even pitch them again there. This is a protest that was done at Walmart. You've got to be able to monitor this. This makes your brand look bad. When people are acting like that at your store, you have to respond to that. That's not the kind of thing you want out there. Now, Walmart, sometimes they can't help it, but that's something you need to know. Are you selling here? I'm beeping. No. But you need to monitor your brand, because this is a great way to lose clients. Responding to your existing customers. They're going to complain about you. They're going to cheer you on social media. Twitter is searchable on Google. I found realtors who didn't even know, like, why should I be on Twitter? Why should I be listening? Because they're talking about you. And that's Googleable. So if somebody looks you up, and you've got rants and you're not responding to them, you're not Googling yourself, that's a problem. And like I said, go out and reach out and find your potential clients. I found this one really easy. It's a really messy, what the kids did to all the Q-tips. If I were the Container Store, I'd be right on top of that. I can help you with that. The next one, network. You're all at a conference, a very small conference, a very intimate conference. There are networking lunches, there are networking dinners. If you're not at those and you're not utilizing the information and the people that are in this room solely to network, you are missing out huge. There's several marketing teams in here. Chevy's business is not my business. Even we're not sharing business. Some of you have completely different, but are we sharing the same demographic? Are we sharing the same client? Can we be networking? Can we be working together to share our reach to each other in a way that works and networks? If you're a realtor, you network with a mortgage guy. Why? Because you have the same client. Why not work together and double your capabilities exponentially using social media? You can go to Twitter and you can find influencers easy. You can reach the CEO of a company just like that because they're on Twitter and you can go into their inbox. Oops. I've had several clients where I can reach out on Twitter to people I don't know. They're not in my industry. There's no reason for me to work with them. But I can get two different people onto a webcast together, and now they're both posting it on their blog. They're both working together. They're influencing their community, showing that they're the professionals, they're the top in their industry, and they're sharing audiences. And it's as easy as finding them on Twitter and sending them a message. And you can also sell online. I know I said you can't, but you can, but you need to do it in a controlled manner. I mentioned a pixel yesterday. Please pixel your websites, whether you use a Google one and you're using, the Google Ad Network or you're using Facebook. Post that influence, post that blog content out there and put that on social media. Take them down that journey, get them to your website, and then retarget them. This particular one, this was one of the guys that we worked with on Twitter. So we are we're combining two different people that have the same customer set, and we're offering, we're going to show you how to be successful using Infusionsoft. We're getting them to the website, and then we can post the ad to retarget them for sales. And you can do this in lots of different places. There's several different pixels out there. Always be offering that free value first. Always. And try to get their information, but even just getting to the website and getting them pixeled is enough. Take them down that journey, and with retargeting, with emails, then make them that low dollar offer. And then you can start pitching those bigger offers, those ticket sales, the actual product sales that, anything over $20. And I've seen people go from, a low dollar offer to them was $1,000, but their product was $20,000. So that was smart. And then once you make that main offer, you can upsell them and cross-sell them. And if you're like, all we have is that one offer, that's fine. Work with other people. Go out and network and find who else you can, send them to so that you're always in front of that client and you're constantly building that relationship forward. And number 9, social media is not enough. I cannot possibly, you're not going to do your whole selling process just from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You need to have that website. You need to have some way to reach them by email. You've got that website. This is an example. This is a Frisco blog. It is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Ugly. It uses WordPress. It costs nothing, maybe $150 a year in hosting. They obviously didn't do much of a theme. But when you move to Frisco, you're like, what do I do in Frisco? For me, it's a little traumatizing coming to Dallas. I'm really pulling teeth, hoping there's enough there to do. I was consulting with a realtor up in Frisco, a new client of mine, and she was telling me, I reached out to them. I was like, I want to advertise on this website. Even though it's ugly, I want to advertise. And then she learned the harsh truth really quick. This website that tells you everything there is to do in Frisco is actually owned by a real estate company. Because now you're looking for stuff to do in Frisco. They know that you've either moving there, had just moved there, and they now have you pixeled so they can start retargeting you. Not only can they offer their own business, but they now sell ads online to people that work and they share those networks. My very first client, this guy who also has, it's just a blog, but he's a real estate agent. You may not know that when you find him. And it made me so angry because this one has so much search engine optimization. It has been on the internet so long. I couldn't get my guy past page 4. Now, granted, that client was difficult to work with and he didn't want to do everything I suggested, but this is a real estate guy, and you cannot search anything having to do with high-end homes in Dallas without him popping up #1 every time. And all his blog does is feature every high-end architect, every high-end designer, every high-end builder. He tells you about every single high-end neighborhood. He has framed his business as the high-end realtor in Dallas. Merely by using content and networking, he's going to get a book deal out of this. He won't share photos, but because he's online, he can now retarget everyone simply with the blog. He's in real estate. He's not an architect, but he's talking about architecture because that's what his clients want to hear about. That's what they're Googling. You also need an email management system. There's lots of complicated ways to do this. I tell my clients to use ActiveCampaign. It's $9 a month to start. Is it free like MailChimp? No. But its capabilities are so much greater so that as you grow and expand your business, that so can it. And it can build and become your whole CRM system. And number 10, and this one's really important, please have fun. Social media is not serious. Maybe you have a serious company, but then that means even then more so. You need to break out and have a little fun. You see the realtor, she's dancing. Break up their attention. Have fun, post a silly photo, post yourself falling down, take your bloopers from your video, make it interesting. So right here, this is all the different social medias that were up in 2014. That is a lot of different sites with a lot of different capabilities. Find out where your clients are, start at one, become best at that, and then move on to the next one. You don't need to be everywhere, but you do need to be where your clients are. Any questions? Sure.
So, what tools or apps are you using for social listening? Are you just searching on Google?
I do like a Google search. There's the company mention. I don't like it because it's expensive. Half the time it's finding the same stuff I already have. So unless you're a big company, it's good if you need to find your company in, like if somebody's posting in forums, mention can do that for you. I mostly just use HootSuite because it's pretty sufficient for most of my clients. And I believe it starts for a pro version at $15 a month up to 10 accounts. And it does really well. You can create streams so you can scan through, and in 10 minutes you're done with your listening and networking. Any other questions?
Do you get a lot of value with Google Plus?
So I was mentioning to him I use HootSuite as one of my schedulers. When I create something for LinkedIn or Facebook post, I have the option I can send it to multiple accounts. Now obviously each account is different. Twitter, you're limited to 140 characters. The size of the photo is going to be different, but if I'm sending something already to LinkedIn or to Facebook, I will go ahead and click Google Plus to have it sent to as well. So it's not something that I go out of my way to create a special post specific to Google Plus, but if I'm hashtagging and sending a picture anyway, it's really easy to click a button and have it go out to Google Plus. So that's the only time I spend. I spend that time optimizing the profile and the pictures and getting it set up with Google. They send an actual hard card to verify that you're the business. So that takes time, but after that, I don't spend time on it. I just add it one click. Any others? All right, we're all good.